Welcome to Eric's Traffic School. You get in your car every day thinking you're a pretty safe, law-abiding driver. But what if I told you some of your most common habits behind the wheel, things you probably think are just common sense, are actually illegal? And what if those habits could lead to a devastating accident or a massive fine you never saw coming? The rules of the road have been changing, quietly, but significantly. Hang with me for the next few minutes, and I'll break down the traffic laws millions of Americans are breaking right now, without even realizing it. We're covering everything from misunderstood intersection rules to new laws about your phone that carry some seriously harsh penalties. By the end of this, you'll see your daily commute in a whole new light, and if you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let's get into it. Alright, let's kick things off with one of the most common violations in the country, the rolling stop. You probably call it a California stop. You roll up to a stop sign, slow down, glance both ways, see no one, and just glide on through. It feels efficient, it feels safe enough. But let's be real, it's illegal, and it's way more dangerous than you think. The law doesn't say, slow down and check if you feel like it. It says stop. A full, complete stop where your car stops all forward motion. Driving instructors will tell you that in a real stop you should feel the car rock back just a tiny bit. That's the moment of complete stillness the law requires. Why is this so important? Because that split second is the difference between seeing a pedestrian and not seeing them. A huge percentage of intersection crashes happen at stop signs, and these crashes contribute to the roughly 1/4 of all traffic fatalities that occur at intersections. Police know that when you're just rolling through, your brain doesn't have enough time to properly scan for hazards, like a kid darting out from between two parked cars. And cities are cracking down. While you might get lucky, fines for a rolling stop can easily top $100, with some places like California hitting you for over $200. But it's not just about the money. If you're in an accident, the fact that you didn't make a complete stop can make you automatically at fault. That harmless little roll could end up being the most expensive decision you ever make on the road. This next law exists in all 50 states, yet it's ignored so often that it leads to tragic preventable deaths every year. I'm talking about the move over law. Most drivers get the basic idea. You see flashing lights coming up behind you, you pull over to the right. But that's only half the story. The most dangerous violations happen when an emergency vehicle is already stopped on the shoulder. The law is crystal clear. When you approach any stationary emergency or service vehicle with its lights flashing, we're talking police, fire, ambulances, tow trucks, and in many states, utility trucks. You have to do one of two things. If you can, you must move over one full lane away from them. If you can't move over because of traffic, you are required to slow down significantly. The required speed varies, but some states mandate slowing to 20 mph below the posted speed limit. Ignoring this is no small thing. Violations can cost you hundreds or even over $1,000. And some states will suspend your license for repeat offenses. If your failure to move over causes an injury or death, you could face felony charges. These men and women are working inches away from traffic. They are counting on you to give them space, and this law is expanding. For instance, as of 2026, California's law protects any disabled vehicle with its hazard lights on. Florida enacted a similar update, meaning if you see anyone on the shoulder with their blinkers on, you are now legally required to move over or slow down for them too. This isn't just courtesy anymore, it's the law. Everyone knows you shouldn't text and drive, but what you might not know is that the definition of distracted driving has gotten way stricter, and a growing number of states now have hands-free laws with aggressive enforcement. In the past, you might get a warning. Now, in the dozens of states with these laws, just holding your phone is a primary offense, meaning a cop can pull you over for that and that alone. And holding is the key word. We're not just talking about texting. In these states, it's illegal to hold your phone to check GPS, scroll a playlist, or read a notification. And here's the kicker, this includes when you're stopped at a red light. Think about it. How many times have you been at a light and picked up your phone? Under these newer, stricter laws, that's a ticket. First-time fines can be several $100s, plus points on your license. For example, in New Hampshire, a third offense within 2 years will cost you $500. But the ticket is just the start. Insurance companies are flagging these violations as a major red flag, which could cause your rates to spike. And it's not just phones. More than half of all drivers admit to eating while driving. While taking a bite of a burger isn't explicitly illegal, if it causes you to swerve or get in an accident, you can be cited for reckless driving. The message is clear: hands-free means hands-free. Before we get to our next point, and trust me, this one starts arguments, if you've learned something new so far, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out and tells me you want more content that keeps you safe and informed. Okay, this one is going to feel completely backward. It goes against every polite instinct you have as a driver, but it is the scientifically proven most efficient way to handle a lane closure. I'm talking about the zipper merge. You know the scene. A sign pops up that says, "Lane ends in 1 mile." What do? If you're like most drivers, you immediately slam on your blinker and try to merge into the open lane as fast as possible. You sit in that long, crawling line of cars, getting angrier and angrier at the jerks who are flying past you in the empty lane, only to merge at the very last second. You might even try to block them. Well, here's the bombshell. They are driving correctly. You're the one unintentionally making the traffic jam worse. Transportation departments in states like Minnesota, Kansas, and Illinois are actively promoting the zipper merge. Why? Because studies show that when drivers use both lanes until the merge point and then alternate turns like a zipper, traffic backups can be reduced by up to 40%. When you merge early, you're basically closing a perfectly good lane of traffic way too soon. That creates one long, miserable line instead of two shorter, faster-moving ones. The zipper merge works because it uses the full capacity of the road for as long as possible. The key is that at the merge point, drivers in the open lane need to let one car from the closing lane in. Then the next car in the open lane goes, and so on. So next time you see that "lane ends" sign, resist the urge to merge early. Stay in your lane, drive all the way up to the merge point, and take your turn. You'll be helping everyone, including yourself, get home faster. So, what's the big takeaway here? The rules of the road aren't set in stone. They're constantly evolving with new tech and new safety data. Just because you have a license doesn't mean you're automatically a safe driver. Real safety comes from staying informed. Today, we saw how a simple rolling stop has major legal consequences. We learned the "move over" law is expanding to protect everyone on the roadside, not just first responders. We found out that just holding your phone at a red light can now cost you hundreds in many states. And we busted the myth that merging early is polite. It's actually making traffic worse. Look, this isn't about scaring you. It's about giving you the knowledge to avoid a nasty fine, prevent a tragedy, and be the truly safe and savvy driver you want to be. What's the most surprising law you learned about today? Or is there a bizarre local traffic law where you live? Let me know in the comments below. Drive safe, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching Eric's Traffic School. You just got schooled.